So I started competing at grooming shows in like 1994, I think it was. I won like my first competition. I won all three dogs I entered. I entered with an Airedale, a Poodle, and gosh, probably a Bichon. And I actually won. And I had to move up to the highest level in my first competition. And I took some time off after probably about maybe 5 years of competing. And there wasn't that many shows in the country at that time as well. There was just a few. I did make groom team 3 years. And that's how I then was asked to become an Andis educator.
So you literally went into your first competition and then went all the way up?
hmm Yeah, and remember this was years ago. This was in 1994 when there weren't a lot of shows, and they weren't as big as they are now. Obviously they were still decent sized shows, um but we didn't have that intermediate level in one show. Think about it. If there's four classes in one show and you win first place in all those classes, then very next show you would be an intermediate. So it's possible that that can happen to someone. And then once you get into intermediate, it may be a little tougher to get out of intermediate and to get into the open level. So, yeah, that happened my very, very first show.
And then how many years did you not groom from when you had a family and everything, and then you went back to competitive grooming in 2007?
I took up probably about 10 years off and then started again. But during that 10 years, that's when I took my lessons. I really worked for dog breeders and helped them at shows. And so I was learning more, which prepared me to then compete again.
So I'm just curious, what is your favorite show clip to do?
Oh, that's so tough. I ugh, I love a Kerry Blue. I love to do a Kerry Blue trim. I actually own a Springer Spaniel, so watching Summer there on the table, she's being so good. My Springer would probably have jumped off several times by now. She's just being a sweetheart. I love to do Kerry Blues, and I love to do a Poodle. I love to do a Springer. I can't decide. I could not answer that, but I really like the technical clip on a Kerry Blue.